tends to be a feeder for places like Cal or other colleges like Washington on the West Coast. So there's the start at the Temple, Orange Coast against Washington, who we're looking at now. Great start by Washington, looking at that power line. They've got half a length already.
Yeah, a little bit of rudder on there. I think they're going to try and intimidate their way into the middle of the river by the looks of that.
They've done really well, actually. I mean, I think if you can just be in the middle of the river in a dominant position, maybe just not upset the umpire that much. It's a great start. They're coached by Sam Dolmer here, who's came fourth in the American 8 at Rio. Very disappointing performance from that 8. And Mike Callahan, who runs the Washington program, is not here, but Sam is taking over this crew. And they were very impressive yesterday, and perhaps even more so today against the Orange Coast crew. There's the Orange Coast crew. Their boathouse is in that really expensive bit of real estate on Newport Beach, I was saying, and it was just down from the house where John Wayne, who was a very famous Hollywood actor, used to live. And if you went out from their boathouse, you could see John Wayne go out and walk his dog when he was still alive. Probably I'm old enough to remember him. I don't know if you remember him. There's no flicker of recognition in your eyes
John,
in there.
I know who he is.
Okay, well that's fair enough. Right.
But these guys probably don't, so they've been able to concentrate on their rowing.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the rowing as we go through. Probably about 500 metres gone in this race. It's the crew from Orange Coast. We're getting a look at them now. Let's give them a name check. Jordan Tyson up there on the right of your picture in the bows. Tanner Godfrey. James Kerrigan, 20 years of age in the 3-seat. Cole Gould, just 19. Ken Ponchak, 20 years of age. Axel Wilt, Daniel Amado, the second, the oldest in the boat at 23 years of age, his 6th year of rowing. And then Caleb O'Neill in the stroke seat, coxed by Cambria Stewart. So,
and Cambria's probably having to give them a bit of a chivvy on now, and possibly a reality check. You know, they've got some work to do. Is she going to tell them that they're a length or so down, or is she going to try and keep their belief a bit riding higher than that? But certainly they need to make a big move now, and I don't think they've got the firepower to really take on this Washington.
Yeah, the thing is, you would know that. The guys from Orange Coast would look on this as their final. There's a look back from Kimmons Wilson, the 21-year-old cox of Washington. She's just checking, but I mean, she must know she's got this sewn up.
Yeah, I think so. You get a sense as you'll know, Martin, if there's crews around you or crews near you, even if you can't actually see them, you can sort of sense their breathing. And when that goes away, all of a sudden your mind is clearer, and you can really make sure that you're tuning your technique to the best of your abilities.
So the Orange Coast crew will have a race plan. They'll throw in a burn coming up maybe to the Fawley, and try and feel that effort, the 8 men together, and just give them a bit of motivation, feel the whole surge as they put an extra effort in, and that will maybe sustain them over this difficult part of the course where it moves away from the bank. It's very quiet, and really you don't have too much of an idea where you are on the course apart from the cox there, Cambria Syrup, giving the amount of metres or distance rowed.
Oh, what about this Washington crew? They look relaxed now. They drop the rake down. I'd just like to see them, Martin, hold their blades in the water a little bit longer through the second half of the stroke, if they're going to make it all the way in this event.
Yeah, it's interesting that, because I was talking to Bobby Thatcher actually on the erg yesterday evening, and I was saying, what's the difference between your pools crew this year and last year? And he's saying, you know, they're just that bit stronger, they can really hold the finishes in, and that was a really sweepy rhythm you saw in the pools crew. And I think American crews, they have got a slightly softer, it used to be very, very aggressive in, and it's slightly softer, but like you say, maybe that could be a little longer in the sweep at the finish. And I don't know whether it's just a cruisy rhythm, or if we saw them at sort of 36 flat out, maybe we'd see a longer stroke. But, you know, I'm seeing what you're seeing there, and perhaps not quite as long forward. That's the difference in the Orange Coast crew. I mean, I think the Yale crew do let the boat come under them, and they do have quite a good lock around the front of the stroke.
Yes, and it's always a trade-off, isn't it? You can row really long at the front and get that sort of hanging out there feeling, but you maybe don't get the long finish, or you can be a little bit more aggressive at the front, and then maybe the second half comes a bit easier. And we've seen crews be successful taking quite extreme approaches to that in different ways. This crew, I think need to find a little extra something if they're going to take on crews over the Friday, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, well, this is one of the highest quality events in the regatta. Fantastic entry for the University 8s in the Temporal Challenge Cup. We're looking at the crew from Yale, Alex Vollmer, the 21-year-old junior world champion in 2014. I mean, that's the standard of this event. Philippe Nonast from the 2 varsity, Robert Carlin in 3 seat, first man with a cap on. David Bridges again from the 3rd varsity. Stephen Ross in the 5 seat, stroke that 3v8. Pete Lancashire, the 18-year-old in the 6th seat. He'll hope to move up in the Washington crew next year. Jules Essau in 7 from the 2 varsity, and then the experience, the power, the poise of Sean Kelly came out of the 2 seat in their 1 varsity 8. Coxed by Kimmons Wilson, the 21-year-old. First time at Henley for her, and it's a big deal. Nice conditions down the course. You can see the disparity there between the 2 crews. Like Orange Coast are just caning it, aren't they? Like 36, 37. Yale Washington just easing it over.
Yeah, Orange Coast rowing for pride now, making sure they put on a good display for their supporters on the bank as they go past the enclosures. They're stepping it up. They're going to do all of the lifts that they plan to do, and probably an extra one, just to make sure they leave nothing on the water, and they can go to the bar after the race with their heads held high.
Yale at 26 coming up to the line. Orange Coast at 39 strokes a minute, but it's very comfortable. The men from University of Washington, the Huskies, and Orange Coast. That was a great effort. Closed the gap at the finish, but they were never going to beat Washington.